Hello everybody, welcome back to the Bison Workshop. I'm Bob, and we're having our trunk coffee this evening, and I thought I would show a few things that's been going on with the Bison Air Rifles and Parts.com. As you know, that we still have the Challenger here from Pete over at AEA Northeast, and we have been waiting for one final piece to be ready before I ship her out. So I'll put you down here to the bench and show you what we got going on. I don't pay attention to my little children blanket here. It was the only thing that I had that was light enough, because I collect material in case I want to sew a blanket or a quilt, and this is just one of the pieces that I had. But anyway, I'll put you down here and we'll show you what parts that we have ready for the 45, well, the 35, 45, and the 50 cal new Challenger. Before we start showing parts off, I wanted to show something else that I was kind of proud of. And these here are the file handles that I make. And they kind of resemble the SBD silent but deadly suppressor. And they work real nice. They fit my hand pretty good. And I got them where I can use a set screw, but right now I'm using brass screws. But it kind of looks pretty decent like that. But anyway, I made it for each one of my files, and I've got a whole bunch more of these to make, and they all match. And I did the same thing with my drill chuck that I took off of a cordless drill, although I used set screws on that one. But anyway, here is the first barrel band that we made, and this one is slanted, just like that. This is the first option, and it goes on there with the top part facing forward. I guess you can put it on either way, but there's what we got. Looks like that. And like I said, you can put that anywhere you want, but I would suggest leaving it out there at the end. And then we have the other option, which is just like the 30 plus. It was suggested to me by one of my subscribers, and thank you very much. I don't remember your name. I'll put it down here. Who suggested this, and I had already entertained that idea anyway. And when he said it, it just confirmed that that's what I wanted to do. So I made this, and it resembles the one for the AEA 30 plus barrel support. So this is the new one, and it says on the side of it AEA Challenger 45 and 50 cal, and then on the other side it says Bison, and we've got 4 set screws on that one also. We did 4 set screws on this one also, 2 on each side. And this here will go on just like the other one, and you can put it in either direction. Now, I didn't put a sling stud mount on this for the simple reason this gun is too heavy. If you're going to put sling studs on this, you need them in the wood. You need something that's going to withstand the pressure. Plastic, you know, if you're hunting in the wintertime, It's cold, it can get brittle and break off. You drop your gun, you break your scope, or you break something else, or bend something, and then you're pissed off. And then guess who gets the blame? Bob. I'm tired of taking the blame. Alright, so then we have the shot tray for this. Now this, I went ahead and printed 20 of these out. They're ready to go. They're already listed on my site. Now these here will fit the 357, 45, and the 50. And then you already know about the barrel clamp bushings for the different size tanks. This fits the 36 millimeter tank. Now I've got some that say Bison on them, and then the very first ones that I didn't have Bison on them. I never really thought about it until afterwards, so I'd already printed them, but they're still usable. Let me put this aside. Now, I didn't put that stud on there because I didn't want anybody using it for a sling. I don't need anybody breaking their gun and then I'll be the reason that they broke their gun. That's not going to happen. The whole point of me making stuff is to make things better for you, not worse. So trust me when I tell you, you do not want a plastic sling stud on a heavy ass gun like that. That's alright if you're working with something like a Diana Storm Rider or a Benjamin Discovery or something like that, something that's small and something that's not very heavy. And even then I would have my issues with it. So I decided to leave that part off of this and just make it a full Picatinny rail across the bottom. It also has the two holes in the bottom as an option. These two holes are drilled so that you can tap them for .20. If you decide to put .20 set screws in there, that's on you. The option's there. If you want to do it that way, that's on you. If you wanted to change these nylons to metal and didn't care to mar up your tank, that's your problem. But I ship these out with nylon simply because I'm not going to be the blame for you to mar up your tank. So that's entirely up to you. Now they are straight to the hole. If you did use metal set screws, I would suggest that you use a short set screw and get you some brass or something soft pin to put in first and then put your set screw in second. The only problem with that is if you go to take it off, you got to be careful not to lose all your things because they will fall through. So it's just an idea. So these are the two options that we have for barrel bands for the 45 and the 50 cal Challenger. So I like them. Of course, everybody likes this one. The reason I make these so that they go around the barrel is to keep it from spinning. You don't want your bipod spinning. Of course, these are not for bipods. Now this one here, yeah, you could probably put a bipod on it and get away with it. It's pretty hefty. It's got 3 millimeter walls. So and it's pretty durable, and you got 4 set screws on it. But this one will still spin on you. And when it does, it's going to make your barrel go side to side. So just don't use a bipod on it. The way I put a bipod on my gun, on my Challenger, let me show you that. I took and put this stock in the mill and flattened a flat spot on there, and then I put a Picatinny rail on the bottom. And then for a sling stud, I used a sling stud to screw down the one side and then a regular screw on the other side. So this here is the best way for a sling and a bipod. Use that wood to your advantage, because after all, that's the way it's been done for years. So these kind of studs are the best studs to use in any case when you're working with any rifle. So keep that in mind, guys, that plastic is not the thing to use for a sling stud. I put it on the 30 plus because it's a light gun, it's small, there's not a whole lot of weight there. So you don't want to put that plastic sling stud on a heavy gun. I know I'm beating a dead horse, but anyway, that will pretty much complete the upgrades to the Challenger 45 and 50. I'm going to try to get the 35 in and see if we can't do the same thing for it. Who knows? This may work on the 357. I don't know, but I won't know until I get one. Now, I'm not going to print these out until I get at least 5 people in the comment that says, I want one. If I get 5 people who say, I want one, then I will go ahead and print 6 more of these. It took 18 hours to print this one. So you're going to have to bear with me until this gets done printed. Like I said, the shot trays are ready. Same thing with these. It takes a while for them to print, and I'm not going to waste a lot of filament on printing these out and then find out that there's not a big call for them. So if 5 people say I want one support, I'll go ahead and print out more of these. If I get 5 people that say I want a barrel band, then I will print out more barrel bands. So that's the deal. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and hell, even if you want a file handle, I can help you out with that too. If somebody tells me that they like that file handle, let me know. Same thing. 5 people says I want a file handle, I'll print more of these out. I could probably get 10 of these on one bed, maybe even more. Well, they ain't much bigger around, and I could probably get 20 of these on one bed. But I'm not going to print that many of them out. And they do require a little work, because the hole that I drill in these are probably about a 4 or 5 millimeter hole. And like this file here, it's probably more like about a 8 or a 9 millimeter. And what I did was just drilled it out bigger up to about right here, and then the small part went into the original hole. And then I put 2 set screws in one of these holes here. And as you can see on this one, you can't even hardly tell where the set screw is. So the only difference is 2 of those holes are bigger than the other ones. So anyway, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. You guys have a good one. Later.